Hello, what's up? It's Burst. And in case you don't know me, because you're coming from GLDL in the first video you're watching, or you're from Razz's perspective and you don't really know, I am Burst. I like to make really viable mons fun and fun mons viable. Anyway, we've got a really weird matchup this week, and essentially, I just half-assed it, but also I just wanted to do something really fun with my team. And I essentially saw that Razz's main attacking mode was the Hitmonchan Comfey. So I thought to myself, okay, what can I do about this? There's a very obvious way, which is bring Tangrowth and just redirect everything that the Comfey has and just assume it doesn't have safety goggles. Or you can go the slightly safer, way more chaotic route of the Scarf Hitmonchan with Fake Out in order to burst down that Comfey. So you can obviously see which one I went with. And I start out with my, what's it called? My Articuno and Hitmonchan lead. Hitmonchan is just very good for faking out whatever wants to set stuff up. And, yeah. The only issue is I have to switch out immediately after. So we see a Cresselia Morgan lead, and I'm like, what the hell is this gonna do? I'm thinking, okay, whatever. It's gonna be an offensive Cresselia. Morgan's gonna maybe set up with, I don't know. Morgan can maybe set up a... Let's think for a second. A Light Screen, a Reflect, it can fake something out. And Cresselia is going to, I don't know, go for a max move. I'm thinking this is what it's gonna do, right? And then it hits me, right when I lock in my moves, that Trick Room's going up this turn, and I have no way of stopping it, and I just set Tailwind. So we're in a very massive disadvantage here, and you can tell at this moment that it's gonna be a very fun set for me. And y'all can't see it, I'm smiling now. Like, massive grin. Because I completely forgot what happened this game, but I know for a fact that this is going to be hilarious. Okay, so first things first. Nothing can touch the Articuno because, like, Cresselia, what's it going to do? Icy on me, proc my competitive, and just slow me down so I can at least get some chance at being slightly higher on the move priority bracket? So no, of course not. So I switch into Crocodile thinking, oh yeah, I'm just gonna tank a Psychic hit, you know the drill. And of course I'm gonna max my Articuno, just get some, what's it called? Get some ghost moves out. And with my ghost moves, I'm expecting that, like, max Phantasm will knock the, Cresselia even lower, and make it so that I can burst it down with my physical moves. That's what my thought is, at least. So you see a light screen go up, no big deal, right? Like, it just means that Cresselia is going to be a beast. And then it goes for the Moonblast into the Croak slot. And I'm shitting my pants, because we're like... First off, he gets a crit, and leaves me at 3. So I am like... I'm in an awful spot. Okay? I have a 3 HP Crocodile, and I cannot do anything with it. So, what did I do here? So I'm thinking, okay, I don't remember even what I did. I think I go for the Airstream. Of course, I'm just checking what I have in the back. I'm not actually switching out my Articuno. I either go for the Airstream or I go for the Phantasm. I think I might go for the Airstream into the Morgrem just to chip it. I don't remember what this targeting is, but it's not the hugest deal. Yes, I Airstream the Morgrem, and I decide to protect the Crook. And the main thing is I just want to stall out this Trick Room for as long as possible. It's not like everything's going to shit anyway, right? No, not at all. So, You can tell we're taking no damage. Like, this Cresselia can't do shit. Like, actually can't. So really what we're doing is we're stalling out, well, Trick Room. I have no clue why he's just not switching out into, say, anything he has in the back to do damage to the Articuno. I think he's just stalling out Max, but he's also stalling out his own Trick Room. And because of that, it puts him in a weird spot where if Cresselia stays in, it's gonna die and Trick Room isn't gonna go up. But if Cresselia switches out, well, what's it called? Anything can get big hit into whatever comes in. So, really it's an issue of how bad is this gonna be. So we see the Reflect come out, and so I'm thinking, okay, it's definitely some sort of thing. Or what's it called? Some sort of screen set. I really gotta look out for the light color here. Also, Cinderace does come in to tank a Moonblast because now that we have... I forget what it was. No, we didn't have any defense boosts. All we really had was the fact that Cinderace is just a fire type. And it really told me that Cresselia has no investment. And this entire lead that we're seeing is so passive, so bulky that we can just chip it down, and even though it just like... Even though it stalled out my max, yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit. At all. Like, actually. So I check, okay, we have one return of Trick Room, so my main deal is I need to get the Cresselia down ASAP. So I go for the Sucker Punch into the Crest, and I just set a Tailwind preemptively, so that I can automatically use it as soon as Trick Room goes down, which is good timing on my end, but also, like, whatever. So, we do get to see that, I think it's Choppleberry, or not Choppleberry, Colberberry. I forgot it in the match, so I'm glad I remember it now. The crest is Colberberry, which is understandable, but also... Yeah, it's just understandable. And we do see the Burning Jealousy from the Morgrem, so I know it has some sort of damaging move, no matter what. So, now we have 3 turns of Tailwind to deal with. Great. We're in a pretty demanding position, but also... It's also a position where they can just bring something really bulky in the back and just max and kill everything. So I'm really scared, honestly. And so even though I have this like awesome commanding like position on the board with a Tailwind and everything, if he brings out the Aggron, I'm fucking screwed. And of course we see the Aggron come out. So yeah, I'm kind of screwed. Not gonna lie. So I'm thinking, okay, what do I do? And I realize, oh yeah, Articuno is literally doing nothing right now. So what am I gonna do here? Of course, I'm gonna switch in my Hitmonchan. I switch in my Hitmonchan. And I completely forget that Crocodile even exists. I should have just switched in Crocodile, but I thought it was dead. I actually thought it was dead, so I completely ignored it. I'm not gonna lie, so this Hitmonchan is just gonna tank a hit. And I have nothing I can do about it. Hell, I could have done the double switch as well. I could have just done a hard double switch, and stuff would have been like, we would have got the, what's it called? Let me think. What would we have got off? So yeah, I go for a Protect, so this is a very defensive play. I would have gotten off the Intimidate, that's it. I would have gotten off a free Intimidate, and a Hitmonchan coming out. So yeah, I mean, the Burning Jealousy does come out. And it does get a little bit of chip. And the Steel Spike is going to come out. And just tank for the Cinderace, right? So now I'm like, okay, what the hell do I do? Well, at least the Cinderace is off. So we have a decent position here, but I have no way of really attacking this Aggron on the side of my Cinderace. So, okay, I go for, like, what's it called? I go for the hard, what was, okay, here's where I should have switched in Crocodile. That's what I'm actually thinking. I'm remembering my plays wrong. I should have switched in Crocodile here. But instead, no, I just switch out and completely sack my Articuno. Why? I have no clue, but that's how it worked out, right? So I get a decent, like, hit off on the Aggron, but it doesn't, I mean, I guess it doesn't, it matters, because that chip is pretty huge for the end game. But Articuno going down in this position is absolutely dreadful. Mainly because I have just one less mon to deal with, and now I have to deal on a Hitmonchan as my highest HP mon, and I'm gonna be spamming close combat since it's scarfed. So obviously, what I have to do, oh yeah, I go for, I do go for the Aggron here. And I'm deciding, okay, who do I go for? I just double into the Aggron because I need to get as much chip as possible out, right? Obviously, we're just gonna wait for this turn to go through. Because there's nothing really to talk about. Like, what's Morcom gonna do? Like, Burning Jealousy? Aggron's gonna get a Steel Spike out into Hitmonchan, maybe? Maybe into the Cinderace? It's gonna be a very, very weird position. But yeah, Aggron is just, okay. A little bit of RNG in my favor here. We get the burn. And this is like the one tiny bit of RNG in my favor this entire game. I'm not even sure if it mattered. So the Steel Spike comes out into the Hitmonchan and still kills it, right? So I am in a position where, like, what am I gonna do? Also, we do see the Reflect come off. So I am stuck in a 3v2 with two very low HP mons, and I have a win con, and I'm going to play for it. But dang, I am in an awful position here, right? So, obviously, we know that it's probably going to be Reflect coming off. So I'm going straight for the Brick Break and the Pyro Ball, right? Yeah, I decide on the Pyro Ball into the Morgrem. So, this is really just to kill the Morgrem whenever the Reflect goes out, and then I'll have my Crocodile alive to kill the Aggron, and then I'll be left with whatever's in the back, and I'll deal with it how I deal with it. If they have a spread move, I'm done. If not, I'm screwed. Anyway, so Pyro Ball misses. And yeah, we do get the kill onto Aggron, which is great. And Screen's gone. Great. And so now we've got this to do. We still got this awesome position, and they did nothing. And now we see the Vicable, okay? And I want you to think, we have a math problem for you. A Life Orb Cinderace with Pyro Ball into a reflected Vicable. How much does it do? You have 30 seconds. Time starts now. Anyway, the idea here is that I'm just gonna kill the Morgrem, and then Pyro Ball into the Vicable and see what happens. And so Vicable, right, it protects. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Pyro Ball goes into it, whatever. We still got the kill into the Morgrem with the Brick Break, right? Because obviously Morgrem, what's he gonna do? Oh yeah, he goes for Burning Jealousy. That's it. And this is the situation. Yeah. Oh my, it lives on basically one. And I'm not sure if that's a roll or what. Anyway, I go for Brick Break there because I want to make sure that no reflects go up, and that I don't want to miss a high horsepower because, yeah. Anyway, that could have been a really bad roll, and if so, it literally screwed my game. Or it screwed my differential by a point. But whatever. We hit the pyro ball. Finally! We hit the pyro ball. Vigavolt goes down. That's the math problem for you. It's going to do 200%, or yeah, it's going to do at least 200% HP through Reflect. And now we have 2 HP versus whatever a low amount of HP Morgrim has. And obviously, the only way he's going to kill me with this is with Burning Jealousy, so I have a very free out of going for the Sucker Punch and taking my loss as is. There's no way I'm getting around the fact that it's going to be a 0 differential, or sorry, taking my win as is, no way getting around the fact that it's going to be a 0 differential win. So I'm going to take my guaranteed hit in stride. So, now that we're going to just let this play out, I will note that going into the next game, I'm very not comfortable at all with how I played my endgame. There was one big misplay, and then with a little bit of RNG, we got bad luck and a very bad win. So, we're here, and honestly, I know he's not going to be satisfied either. So I need to make sure that, that if the Cresselia lead happens, or not Cresselia lead, if say the Cafe lead happens, well, shit, I need to have him on channel for that. And if it's the Trick Room lead again, and if he decides to be a little bit more aggressive on that, and that's why he decides to win commons, I'm bringing Copperage as my lead. So I'm leaving Articuno and Aromatisse in the back. And so I'm leaving. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not even running Trick Room on Aromatisse. It's a Calm Mind, Protect, Dazzling Gleam, and Flash Cannon set. But because it literally hits nothing that they're brought, I'm just not even bringing it. Like, okay. So, Comfey Hitmonlee. I know exactly how to deal with this, right? I need to Fake Out into the Comfey, and then I Max Steel Spike into the Comfey. This is exactly what I prep for, and if all goes right, we can both read the Babiri, and if they try to proc my weakness policy, which might happen, I will also end up in a position where I can just freely move into the next turn, no worries. So, yeah, I can hit through the Babiri, that's it. So, first off is reading Babiri, and see what happens that. Because, if I were him, I would not be Babiri, I would be... What's it? I would be Safety Goggles. But, I'm not him. And I still want to read, or I want to figure out if it's Babiri or not. So anyway, we see the obvious Max. We know exactly what's happening here, okay? We know what is happening. And there's a very, very good way to play around it. Or, we know exactly how it's gonna play out, sorry. Because I did know exactly how to play around it. I'm just filling for time if you can't tell. Because... yeah, this is going to be the essay week, by the way, for my commentary. If y'all can't tell. It's the essay week because I'm just going to start rambling and trying to fill for time. At least for this one. And next week I'm just going to have a full-on essay to describe exactly what's happening. Or not next week, but this next match against Dina in the MDL. I'm just going to be giving you a full-on rambling explanation on my philosophy going into the match. Because her team in the MDL has the same core as this team I'm running here in the GLDL. So... I'm basically just like mentally writing an essay in the back of my head that I'm gonna recite in the commentary instead of actually prepping for this team. If that makes any sense. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. I haven't even played the match yet, but whatever. Y'all get the sneak peek at that if you're watching this particular part of the video. So Vikavolt comes out. Wow! Vikavolt! So you figure, okay, what am I bringing? I think I'm being smart here by bringing the Crook. And I'm just trying to figure out what do I do. Do I go for the Steel Spike into Vikavolt? Do I go for the Mindstorm? Do I go for the Quake? I don't even know what I do. I believe I decided to go for... I don't even know what I decided to do with the Copper Raja. I'm just gonna let this play because I forgot how I did this. Okay, so I Starfalled? I tried to Starfall, sorry. So I attempted to Starfall into the Vikavolt. What I failed to realize is because I'm running a counter Trick Room mode on my Copper Raja, it's so slow that Vigavolt's going to outspeed. Even if I live the fact is what's it? Yeah. I don't even know. I had no counterplay to that either. That was just a pure prep thing. I couldn't do anything about it. So yeah, this is now between do I bring a Hitmonchan and Cinderace? And I believe the play is Cinderace. Yeah, the play is Cinderace here. But what do I do with this? You know, just the worst thing ever. I decided to switch out Crocodile for whatever reason. I don't know, but I could have gotten some solid hits out. And okay, I don't switch out Crocodile. No, I do switch out Crocodile. What was I thinking? I do switch out Crocodile. And I'm between like Protect and everything else. I should have protected here. I go for the risky play, the risk it for the biscuit play. And honestly, you're just gonna see how this goes. Because Razz does this turn very phenomenally. Like the best way he possibly could have done this turn. And just reads me like a book. So he just reads the fact that I'm going for the hard Pyro Ball, right? And then goes for the straight max Rockfall, knowing that I got no value. Just straight up kills my Cinderace. So yeah, point taken. I understand now that Hitmonlee's a problem, even if I've gotten rid of the Comfey. Point taken, right? So yeah. Just making sure I reported the match correctly real quick. Yeah, Hitmonlee kills the Cinderace, and then Vikavolt kills literally everything else. Yeah, spoiler alert. Now that I have nothing to hit the Vikavolt kind of goes in, not gonna lie. By the way, I love Vikavolt as a mon, so I'm very glad to see Vikavolt doing this. And it's saddened me greatly that I never got to see it doing anything else. Or I never got to see it doing well in draft, so seeing it do well at least against me in this one game, it brightens my soul a little bit. Just a little bit. Anyway, so we're going hard offense into Hitmonlee, and we're protecting our main offense, which is the Crocodile, because I want to really just scout. I'm scouting to see if it's got a Bug Buzz. But again, Razz plays this endgame nice. We get the kill onto Hitmonlee, but then there's just going to be a straight Thunderbolt, and I'm not even going to have to think. Yeah. Straight Thunderbolt, Hitmonchan dies. RIP. And yeah. So if this is Bug Buzz, I'm screwed. If it doesn't have Bug Buzz, I have a chance. There's a chance. I have it. So really I'm just like, okay, whatever. Aggron can probably chunk me, so I'm gonna go straight for the kill, at least play for differential, you know? And I remember right now that it has, or I don't even remember. if I remember when it happens, high horsepower does come out, right? But Agon's sturdy. So, doesn't matter. Ice Punch, and then we get to see... One sec. Okay. Freeze is just like salt in the wound. It didn't even matter because the Bug Buzz comes out. And so I do know that Vigable is in a position to like kill my Crocodile, so I can't endgame that. Yeah, salt on the wound. And essentially here I'm like, okay, I play that shittily, and I just really want to put myself in a better position for next game. Because as long as I can play my late game Cinderace then I should be in a lot better of a spot. So that's the thought, right? So, Hitmonchan Operaja again, and really I'm just deciding for, like, re-deciding that the same thing that I brought last game, even though I lost, is the correct play. It was just I played last game so badly, and so essentially I have to play this way better and metagame the hell out of him. And that's about what you can expect at this point. Cause like, or really for any game 3, just metagaming the hell out of your opponent to get the win. So, final game. Also, it's close, but I think I'm winning the trainer card race, so immediate advantage for all 3 games. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway, Comfey Hitmonlee comes out. And yeah, we do the exact same play here. There's nothing really I care more about at this point. We will be doing the exact same play and watch it play out in a very similar way. So if I were Razz, right, I'm really thinking we need to not proc this weakness policy. Also, last time I played against a Hitmonlee team, it was in the MDL week 2, and I lost in a game 3 because I misread the turn 1. So, being able to confirm not misread the turn 1 or turn 2, okay, actually no, turn 2 was a much bigger read type thing than turn 1. So I'm going to compare turn 1 of that game to turn 2 here. But the Hitmonlee in my MDL game against Johnny, great player by the way, I misread the fake out, and he was normal gem fake out to proc the Unburden. But this one, since I know it's weakness policy, and since it's so obviously read as a weakness policy, I can shut it down turn 1, and I'm in a way bigger advantage going into turn 2. However, I still have to make a read, and if I make that read correctly, I'm in a great spot. If I make the read wrong, I'm in a horrible spot. So here's the thing. He, of course, goes around my Operaja not wanting to proc the weakness policy, and also meaning that, well, Babiri's gonna proc here, and turns out, Comfey doesn't die. Wow, who would have thought that Comfey wouldn't die if I max Seal Spike it and it has Beery? Anyway, I am in a position here where I have to make the read. So does he? Multiple choice test time, going back to college onto the Scantrons. Does he A, attempt the weakness policy again? Does he B, what's it called? Or sorry, go for weakness policy again, target into Hitmonlee. B, go for weakness policy again, target into Operaja. C, do other things, go into Hitmonlee, Operaja. Or D, Hitmonlee, or nothing with the Comfey into the Hitmonchan. Anyway, he procs this, and what I decided he'd do here is fake out again, and reading the fact that he'd go with the choice where he'd just target around me again, and see if he can get as much damage as possible. So yeah, I just kind of like choose to take the free like train of death into the next free switch, you know? And then I go for the Mindstorm here, and that's mainly because I want to make sure the Comfey doesn't get to do any priority shenanigans. And as someone that's played with and against Mindstorm plenty of times with priority stuff and against priority stuff, I know exactly how that feels to have a very priority-oriented mon in a Mindstorm or in the Psychic terrain. So obviously that's the play I go for, and take the straight KO onto the Hitmonlee, and not only end the max certainly, but really nullify the Comfey's use here. Also, I go into the Cinderace as a way to just hard counter the Vikavolt. So, really my options here are... Okay, so I know that Vikavolt, no matter what, I can just kill it. So as long as I don't miss Pyro Ball, hint weak link, I'm good. So, Vikavolt protects, obviously, but it was still the right play to go into the Pyro Ball there, just because if it doesn't protect, that'd be huge damage, and I can still kill the Comfey anyway. And so I go for the Max Quake here, mainly because I want to be able to boost my special defense, but apparently I wasn't familiar with the calcs on that, because that just did nothing. And maybe it just means it's a very bulky Fizz-Def Comfey? I'm not sure. Anyway, now I have Trick Room, and I should have just gone for the Steel Spike to confirm. But now that we have a room service Trick Room, Vikavolt out against my Copper Raja? I am so confused, and this is a very weird situation again. Wow. Okay. So, obviously I'm just gonna stall everything out, because I know there's no max, so I can freely go for Protect. And honestly, I'm just gonna... I don't remember what I do here. I think I just Iron Head straight into the Comfey. Because my endgame is to preserve the Cinderace, right? Or what did I do? Oh yeah, and so what I did is I went for the Pyro Ball, thinking that, oh yeah, since I have this special defense boost, I can go straight into the Vikavolt. And as long as I don't miss, or get full para hacks for some strange reason, this is gonna be fine. So, of course, Thunderbolt comes out, Paralysis hits. Oh no, full para hacks is a thing. I'm scared shitless. And so at least I get the guaranteed kill onto the Comfey, right? So, okay, whatever. Pyro Ball, it misses! So, what was, at one point, a, say, 90% play to win out completely, I'm now stuck in a position where I can't do shit. So, obviously, my play here is to high horsepower the Aggron, and to switch out and into the Crocodile in order to get myself in a position where I can stall out Trick Room, I can stall out this Aggron, and most importantly, make this Copper into what's seen as more of a threat than it actually is. So, first off, Beta Thunderbolt. And then high horsepower misses. So, what's that? I've missed 2 Pyro Balls and 1 high horsepower. And at this point, I'm like just trying to figure out what I need to do. I need to watch and pay attention real quick. I think I just like double into Aggron. Or no, so what's it? 95.05 times 0.1 times 0.1 and times 100 to make it a percent. So anyway, there's a 0.05% chance of missing 3 of those. Or say, what's it called? Out of, say, 1 high horsepower and oh wait, never mind, I gotta add the 0.9. So out of 1 high horsepower and 3 Pyro Balls, the probability of hitting one and missing... or hitting one Pyro Ball and missing the other three, is 0.045%. So, if you thought that the, what's it called, the Rotom Wash shit from Aaron Zheng was bad, or even worse, hitting 3 Will-O-Wisps, oh no. Yeah, if you thought those were bad, this is awful. Anyway, so I'm playing my endgame here of really just trying to preserve Cinderace until out of Trick Room, and as long as I can guarantee a kill onto Aggron, I think I'm okay. So Crocodile is going for the double protect here, and really that's just to preserve damage. And I don't know why I decided to go for that, but I probably could have also just... I probably should have doubled into the Aggron. That would have been the correct play, but whatever. I make one misplay trying to go for a clutch double protect. It's no big deal as long as I win. So anyway, I realize, okay, high horsepower is not gonna do it. So I go for the Brick Break here in order to get the kill onto the Aggron, just to guarantee my probabilities of success. And then Pyro Ball is my only way of really winning this here. And mind you, let's Google real quick. Full paralysis. The chance is, well, while we're waiting for this. So yeah, we get the kill onto that. So it's 25% chance, and 0.25 times anyway, I was leaving for Joy when that happened. Oh yeah, so it's essentially I had a 1 in 3 chance of losing my turn with my Pyro Ball, and essentially losing the game off that. So the fact that I hit the 2/3 is insane. Anyway, massive props to Razz, very much GG's. I was jumping for joy so much when I saw that, because after all the hacks and literally the 0.0045 between the Pyro Balls and the high horsepower, I was stunned. I was completely stunned. But as long as it went my way at the end, it's good. So well played, Razz. Wow, I just had my Aaron Zheng moment. GG's. See y'all next week. I don't even know who I'm playing. Anyway, hope it's a more fun match. Yeah, bye.